everybody, Kelly Marcus with Pampered Chef here, and tonight we are doing another Taste Buds recipe. We are doing slow cooker Tuscan tortellini vegetable soup. So it's getting chilly out, and it's nice to have a nice warm soup in your slow cooker to come home to. And so let me tilt you down and let me show you what we've got going on. Oh, as you can see my hand, isn't that lovely? Okay, so I am using my quick cooker tonight on the slow cooker setting. This is great on the slow cooker setting. My niece, who just recently went back to work full time, said this has been a lifesaver because she can set it on time delay. One of the things about slow cooker is that you often don't want to cook it for 8 to 10 hours, so you end up with food mush by the time you get home. But with this, you can set it on a time delay, so it'll start when you're ready. And she said, and you know what, Auntie? If I forget to push start, I can always use the quick cooker setting when I get home and dinner is still done. So either way, slow cooker, quick cooker, this is a great way to get dinner done when you've got a busy night. All right, in here, I started this earlier today, and I wish you could smell. It smells great. I used a half a cup of wine along with our Tuscan style herb chicken seasoning packet. This is one of our meal mixes. And it has a recipe on the back for Tuscan style herb chicken, which is phenomenal. But this is just another way to use it. So I put that in there, and then I added some veggie broth, some skinless thighs, chicken thighs, a yellow onion, 6 carrots. And if you really want to get that fall vibe going, swap out the carrots and use some butternut squash. That would be amazing. Some celery stalks, tomato paste, olive oil, and red pepper flakes. Now, it tells me in the last 15 minutes, I'm gonna add a couple more things because they don't need to cook near as long. And one of those things is our kale. So I'm gonna go ahead and chop up this kale, but I wanted to show you this handy dandy trick I learned. This is our mix and scraper. Guys, if you don't have this mix and scraper, it is amazing, lifesaver in the kitchen. But I'm not gonna use it for what you think today. I'm going to use it to get my kale off the stalk. See this nice little round hole right here? It's like the perfect size for me to put my kale stalk through and just slide it along. And there you go. I have taken it off the stalk. So easy. And you don't have to worry about grabbing just parts of it. It just slides right off. See how easily that works? It's crazy. I just learned that trick and I think it's so fun. Anyway, all right. We have that, and I have a whole bunch more. I didn't think you guys really needed to watch me do that 100 times. So I've got all of this. It says like 6 cups, and we are gonna give this a nice rough chop with my knife to make it into smaller bite-sized pieces. Now, I know some of you are not kale fans, and that is okay. If you're not a kale fan, feel free to use spinach. Spinach would work great too. And there's a lot of other greens. I bet you could use mustard greens or collard greens, although if you use those, you're gonna wanna cook them a little bit longer than 15 minutes because those type of greens take a little bit longer to cook down and not be so crunchy and fibrous. All right, I'm getting this all chopped up, and then I'm gonna add this to my slow cooker. One of the reasons I love my little flexible cutting mats is I can just pick the whole thing up, and in it goes. All right, throw that in the sink, and we're gonna move on to the next thing. All right, so after my kale, it calls for frozen tortellini. I have some right here, 1 pound. If you are not a fan of tortellini, or if you just don't have any on hand, you can use cheese ravioli. That'll work just fine. Then it's ravioli soup and not tortellini soup. In the pot that goes, and done. And now we're going to do some Parmesan cheese. So I want about, half cup of heavy cream or whole milk. So I'm just using whole milk. I always have whole milk on hand. I don't always have heavy cream. So in that goes. And then last but not least, we are going to do, a 1/3 of a cup of Parmesan cheese. And and you might want some for serving as well. So I'm gonna use our new grater here, and we have the fine grate on this one, and this side is like a really extra large grate. And I love this little catcher bowl that we have that you just set right on top there. And I'm gonna grate some Parmesan. You can use pre-shredded or the kind that comes in the cans, but fresh is always best. If you've been watching me for long, you know sometimes I use the pre-shredded stuff, but I do like to use fresh when I can. And if you like the really fine grated Parmesan, like that comes in the cans, you can do that in our cooking blender as well. Sometime I've done it in the past, but sometime I'll do that again for you. Sorry, I'm being a little fumbly today. It's been a little while since I've done one of these live demos. So, really easy, just goes in. This is a job that the kids can do. Just takes a little bit of time. We're almost to 1/3 of a cup. And of course I can do the rest off camera so y'all don't have to sit there and watch me. All right, and I buy those huge blocks at Sam's Club, so they're kind of hard to fit in your hand. But that's gonna go in the pot, and I'm gonna use my same mix and scraper that I used for my kale and just stir that up. Put the lid back on for 15 minutes, and then dinner will be ready. This would be great with some crusty bread of some sort, and nice and warm on a cool evening. So that's all I've got for dinner tonight. Hope you're having something fun. Let me know in the comments what you have or what you like to cook in your slow cooker, and happy cooking.